heartbroken mum is warning parents about the dangers of online challenges after her son died while attempting the same viral trend as Archie Battersbee. Lauren Keating says her son, Liam Brown, was found unresponsive in his bedroom in Lanarkshire last week as friends watched him on FaceTime. Archie Battersbee had his life support turned off last month after suffering a brain injury, which his parents say was caused by taking part in an online challenge. Archie's mum, Holly Dance, has called on social media giants to take action and clamp down on the dangerous challenges. Now, we are purposefully not naming this particular challenge or the social media platforms it's most commonly found on, but we do think it is really important to highlight to parents that these dangers exist online. As I said there, this young lad called Leon, his friends were actually watching him take part in this challenge. And I think there's we often talk about loss of innocence with children online, and it must be so impossible for parents to monitor everything that they're doing. What I will say is a lot of the hashtags that are associated with this challenge have been shadow banned, which means you can't necessarily search for them, which is a good thing. But if anybody uses different video apps, you scroll through and you can 1 minute be looking at a cat video and the next minute it's something violent or something like this. And I think it's so important that we talk to parents and parents talk to their children while not promoting taking part in something like this, warning them against doing it.
It is. Do you know what? All of that is true. I find it extraordinary. It's the 21st century.
Yeah.
You know, social media, the digital world can do all manner of things. Algorithms that kick in at the drop of a hat. If the wrong word is said, bang, it disappears. And yet, here we are in the 21st century, and they haven't found a way to somehow filter out the kind of abuse, the violence, the filth, the nefarious threats, the horror that is the Wild West, the den of iniquity that is social media. And I would say, if I was the government, I'm not really for government intervention into areas of corporate life, but on this, I'd say, right, it's a straight choice. You've got 2 months. You get rid of all that stuff immediately, and if you don't, you're not going to be able to broadcast or have your app in this country. Simple as that.
I feel like it's probably because they know they're going to lose so many of their users if they clamp down on it. That's what I think. It comes down to money. If they lose their users, they can't generate as much cash. Obviously, that's quite cynical for me to presume that, but that's what I think. I can't upload a song on some of these platforms without it being taken off straight away. So you're right. When they want to do it, they can do it, but they're choosing to avoid doing it in this case, I think, because they're going to lose so many of their users.
I think this is, it raises so many different issues here, because you started off, Nicola, talking about the parental responsibility to warn of the dangers, which I think is part of it. But I'm almost sort of wit's end that why do you have to do that? The platforms know what's going on the platforms. Their algorithms are showing you what's popular, what's being showed. Yeah. And also, I do think that we are going to have to consider having age restrictions on them. And also, if only to know what age people are who are using things, because then you can use the algorithm to see what they're sharing amongst each other, because their peer group, when you are that age, you do share stuff with your sort of age group and your peer group. And I think we've got to really, really put the onus on the social and digital media companies to say, you are going to have to sort this out now.
I think it's very difficult to do that for lots of reasons, and I totally agree with you in that they don't do enough. But what terrifies me, I'm a mum of 2 teenagers, 14 and 16, absolutely in this, this is their world. And they and all their friends spend so much time in their rooms alone. And you, as a parent, you're pulling your hair out thinking, what the hell is going on up there? But, of course, you don't want to be barging in every 5 minutes. They're at that age, oh, Mum, I need some privacy, blah, blah, blah. And it is up to the parents to have those conversations with kids and say, right, what are the trends that are going around? What are the crazes? And try to have that conversation. But even this challenge, which we're deliberately not discussing what it is in detail, it doesn't immediately set alarm bells ringing until you realise that it's much more dangerous than it sounds, and two little boys have already died. But it is all about trying to get into their worlds. It is the onus, I do think, is on parents, not just to let them sit in their rooms getting up to stuff that you don't understand. Yeah, open conversation is vital. This isn't necessarily a new thing, it's just on a new platform. I remember when I was a teenager, Jackass was something that was everywhere. And if you wanted to get famous, you could throw yourself off like a cliff or something.
Yeah, you'd do something.
You'd do something outrageous. It's this kind of don't try this at home.
But it's funny, isn't it, how we've kind of accepted kind of that such heavy levels of the negative aspects of life. Here we are discussing. You think, hang on, what I said at the beginning. If this is on get rid of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's outrageous that this is out there, and they can't find a way to lose it.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.